Well, hey, you're here. You've made it. Hurrah! And where is here, you may ask? This is, of course, the MindGriller Server. And I'm Gravity. And this is Cow. And where are we on the MindGriller Server, you may also ask? Also a good question. We are, well, as per we left off last time, not far from somewhere which perhaps once upon a time was Spawn. Viewers of our last spine-tingling episodic episode. And that means both of you. YouTube seems not to recommend our videos to the populace at large. Merely an oversight, I'm certain. We'll recall that this outpost here in the middle of nowhere, in a genuinely inhospitable biome, mind you, is bedecked with unwelcoming mobs which shoot arrows of slowness or tridents. Take your pick at unwitting passersby, such as I. So we, meaning Cow and I, during our time in between episodes, made ourselves to home, set up an office, and adopted a cactus. Now, if I may digress for just a moment of personal privilege, in the previous sentence, you plural may have noted the casual use of in between, a pair of words which are in fact neither a compound word nor a portmanteau. And what is the difference, you may ask? Good question. A compound word is when two words have the space between them simply removed. And a portmanteau is when two words are smushed together such that parts of them fall away due to the collision. Par exemple. You ready? Tooth plus brush equals toothbrush, which is a compound word. And chuckle plus snort equals chortle, which is by deduction a portmanteau. And where does said funny/foreign sounding word portmanteau come from, you may indeed ask? Indeed a good question. Portmanteau comes from the Frenchies. Naturally. To whom it literally means carry plus coat, which is a suitcase or a, quote, coat carrier with two compartments. And mind you, also you plural, will have noticed is in fact a compound word rather and not and other than a portmanteau. But here comes the good part. The modern linguistic use of portmanteau, meaning a word created by smashing two other words together, comes directly from one Lewis Carroll. He of whom we now speak, the cleverest of viewers will have already recognized as the writer/author/word salad tosser of Through the Looking Glass, written in 1871. In said book, some spheroid, someone not in the shape of a numerical one named Humpty Dumpty, explains, in inappropriate short pants, mind you, some of the strangest words which are found in a poem, which appears in said book entitled Jabberwocky, referring to the poem, not the book. He of the Humpty Dumpty wall-sitting fame, and not the Humpty Dumpty dance notoriety, shares to the reader that words like slithy, which is a portmanteau of slimy plus lithe, are, quote, like a portmanteau. There are two meanings packed up into one word. Before Lewis Carroll, portmanteau just meant a suitcase. He, still the author of whom we speak, is the reason we now use portmanteau for blended words. Now perhaps I know someone smart we can ask to write for us as a sort of proof of concept. Our own Jabberwocky-style portmanteau-filled poem for the ages. Write for us our own Jabberwocky-style poem for the ages. /AIGF. Hey now, this is exciting. Are you ready? In Blockle shades, Gravity strayed with Cow his moomish lotto. They plank surfed down the creaky cubes and stumbled through a grotto. The creeper boom went hiss kablast. The zombie dusk drew near. Yet laugh quake rang from Gravity's chest, and Cow moose cheer moo leered forth in jest. Well, now, not bad. But now, let us ask, also in jest, mind you, what comment would a YouTube viewer leave on a video containing said poem? What comment would a YouTube viewer leave on a video containing said poem? /AIGF. So, I watched this poem expecting epic Minecraft vibes, but instead I got 12 lines of made-up words and a cow with too much personality. 0 out of 10. Would not craft again. Okay now, as entertaining as that was/is, Cow and I have today things to do. And the most faithful viewers of this channel, and that means both of you, will know that Cow and I in fact drag about on our persons a monumental to-do list, which we now intend to shorten. Now, well, hey, speaking of the most faithful viewers of this channel, if I may break the fourth wall for just a moment, at this very moment in time to say, Cow noticed that our last spine-tingling episodic episode has a total of, let me see, 5 views. Now, one is Cow. He does love to watch himself inappropriately gazing blankly and yet directly into the camera. And the other 2 were, well, our most faithful viewers. Parenthetically, thank you kindly. But, whom or who accounts for the other 2 views? Do you, plural, think I am speaking of other Minecraft YouTubers? Perhaps coming to get a glimpse of the whitelisted MindGriller Server? Now could it be a Darren? He of previous episode fame and our first mean comment and likely hate watcher? Now, maybe it's YouTube's all-powerful and all-knowing algorithm itself, here to hunt for inappropriate content. I ask you, plural, do we look, again, to you, plural, like creators of inappropriate content? We would never. Anywho, does Cow and I notice in a previous episode a faint light in one of the attic windows whilst dodging and weaving from a barrage of tridents and arrows of slow falling upon our collective heads? Cow and I wanted to make a visit to said attic of this outpost/monastery. And, in fact, Cow had pointed out to me also in the previous spine-tingling episode, but not the same spine-tingling episode as our previously mentioned projectile-dodging episode, that there exists a shipwreck high on the side of an iceberg, which perhaps he is suggesting that we, meaning he and I, visit. No. Which shall we tackle first? Cow, do you have a suggestion? Okay, visit the attic to this, and I will add a generous choice. Now, right back at you, my buddy, my pal, my best friend, Cow. Oopsie daisy, Cow, am I in your shot? Oh, well, now, how careless of me. Sometimes I forget where the cameras are. Now, Cow, my plan, such that it is to venture below under the very top attic roof of this outpost/monastery. A word which I will have you, plural, know has no I in it for the purposes of, well, rummaging through the chests and barrels of others, as well as inasmuch as an understable to do some Jersey Housewives-style investigations. I say such merely because I believe it has become clear to Cow and I that something is perhaps not so subtly amiss here. Now, okay now, well, Cow, are you ready? Yeah, I'm afraid. Cow, grab your udders. Woo! Now, okay, not a big deal. But had Cow and I not struck the landing here, high above the hostile mob-infested snowy tundra below the wall-mounted trident-throwing maniacs, then Cow and I likely would have become pincushions. And no, not likely in the way you're thinking. Anywho, where and what is all this? Now, perhaps this is quite typical for an attic, and in no way a spooky attic above a totally spooky former convent/monastery in the throes of a mourning process, so to speak, if I may say so. And upon first impression, now, what is down here? Hey, now, it looks like a painter's studio. Now, it is my understanding that painters often hide their previous paintings whilst working upon their newest and most recent and most curious additions to their oeuvre. Cow, have we seen that image somewhere before? Now, perhaps even in an underground, musty, dusty, and putrid-smelling crypt, which totally was not a crypt, mind you. Which reminds me, this episode has been brought to you by the kind people at Reeby's Cookie Cutter Clumps. Reeby's Cookie Cutter Clumps, the clumpy parts keep coming. Now, Cow, I detect a defined air of unease in your current posture. Now the most faithful viewers of this channel, and that literally means both of you, will know that Cow normally poses with quite a perfect posture, notably unlike these little monsters that seem to be literally decaying before our very eyes, which is not to mention the smell. Ugh. Now, Cow, I might, if I may, recommend to you that you say a bit of field from Stinky and Pookie over there. Seeing communicable diseases in the present are not... It's a trap! It's a trap! What the jumping Mahosaphat was that? Well, it was all quite a blur, but I did see a vicious polar bear with disgusting herring-flavored steamy breath who seemed to be protecting 2 sleeping villagers. I assumed there was also a baby polar bear nearby pathway, which cleverly was used as the trigger to turn the polar bear from a neutral mob into a hostile mob. Now it's all quite confusing. Who is trying to protect whom from who? Uh-oh, Cow. Well, no, I have to agree. I believe it definitely is time to, make like a polar bear and chill somewhere else. Now Cow does have a strong aversion to portals. Oh, and he's gone. Now there's quite some spookiness in this place, and I have no idea what any of it means. Now maybe one day I will ask friend of the channel, Katy Perry. Hey, Cow, you're here. You've made it. Hoorah! Now let us not wonder too hard about where we are. As you plural, and that includes you, Cow, may know, Minecraft is a morally ambiguous game, and insofar as and under Sabova, we just teleported across dimensions to what I, for one, sincerely hope is in fact the Nether. Because if it's not, then we are in a whole heap of trouble. Speaking of trouble, this pathway, as we have seen with other such pathways in the Nether, with its unimaginative block palette of cobblestone and, more cobblestone, smartly accented with light gray carpets and perfunctory old school torches, is in fact what I would call a look. No. To be fair, I believe the architects of this style were influenced by the works of the Bauhaus movement, which also employed bold geometric forms such as rectangles, squares, and straight lines, arranged smartly in perplexingly asymmetrical compositions, mind you, accompanied by flat roofs and smooth facades. Bauhaus design also emphasizes functional and practical shapes with little to no ornamentation, thereby focusing attention on clear, streamlined outlines and a sense of clarity, openness, and lightness. Now, if you don't acknowledge painted bricks and cobblestone blocks, speaking of cobblestone blocks, which I just was, but no longer am, I would like to take a moment of personal privilege to say that something special is going to appear in the very next episode here on the GravityFiller channel. Now, it's not such a big thing, a sort of a hint, a waypoint, if you will. An Easter egg. No, I will merely say that it leads to something good. Now, Cow and I would describe it as a good thing in a vast sea of hateful, vile, and unwanted opinions, and smug, self-assuring self-righteousness, and a clown car random use of the cap lock ski, none of which you will find associated with us, mind you. But we would advise, as with sneakily swimming in the pool of your neighbors, it's best to jump in and quickly jump out, and smile to the maid in the kitchen window and her gardener husband who lives above the garage since their separation. But I digress. Now, the most observant of viewers of this channel will have noted that we, meaning Cow and I, have arrived at our destination, so to speak. Come to the end of the line, as it were. And now is a moment in time where Cow's aversion to portals will be under consideration for a Golden Globe Award-worthy performance. Are they still doing those? Because by my count, there was multiple events. Let us enumerate. 1, alleged awards given as favors in 1958. 2, alleged misleading award selection practices in 1968. 3, who can forget Pia Zadora in 1982? Ask your grandpappy. 4, an alleged pay-to-play scheme in 2011. 5, an LA Times expose alleging unethical behavior and lack of diversity in 2021. 6, and in 2023, yikes, scandals involving a word I cannot say, and something else I cannot say, and a third thing, Cow, cover your ears, which I really cannot say. Okay, Cow, you can uncover your ears now. Anywho, now, I wonder where we are. A controversial topic, especially ones involving Pia Zadora, tend to distract Cow enough to sedate him and his aforementioned aversion to portals, which in this case led us to somewhere in the overworld, I have no idea where. So, with that being said, and due in part to Cow's bone-chilling separation anxiety, sadly, it's time for us to say our goodbyes. Goodbye, so long, toad scenes, toad so.